All right, welcome back, everyone. I have Lauren Elaine back again, and last week she did our first live with us. So I kind of want to do a recap on her thoughts on that as far as being live during a recording and just a straight standard kind of podcast or YouTube video type format. So welcome back, Lauren.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Yeah, so right now this is going to be a recorded episode, but last week you did hop on a live with us and you said that was your first one. So what was your thoughts and experience with that?
I had so much fun. It was so fun. I think there's a freedom to the live because there's you can express yourself. You don't have to be perfect, and of course with the recording things you can edit things out. But with the live, it's just free flowing, lots of joking, a lot of fun. And Sierra and Joel were great. Like getting to know them was fun, and the topics kind of go all over the place. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, they get a little nervous thinking about I'm going to be live and people are going to ask me questions. But like you said, I think it's a lot easier. Like, and I honestly, I think I mean, I know I don't prepare a lot for a lot of things, but I definitely just wing those as much as possible. And I did try to have a couple of topics. At least we have a starting point, and then whatever questions come in. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I think it's also important who's on there as far as the
Yeah.
flow and kind of but that was your first time actually meeting Sarah and Joe. So was that a challenge?
No, I think in some ways I think that helped because it's like, you're getting to know somebody, you're curious about them. There's a lot of questions that you want to ask. And then also in the comments in the live, you get to interact with people, which I love. So it was really fun having people comment in real time and seeing what they're saying and being a part of the conversation.
Yeah, I think you kind of touched on it also before we actually recorded, but as far as like a live, like do you think it just kind of keeps you in the right mindset as far as like on a weekly basis or preparing for things?
Yeah, I think a live it you can go with the flow in the live. And so, you don't have to necessarily prepare for it. It's just kind of like as it goes along. So that's kind of nice. Whereas like a recording, you maybe have to prepare a little bit more. You think about the topic.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Is that
fun.
what you
So
meant by the question?
no, yeah. As far as like I think too. Also, it just keeps you in the right mindset, knowing that you're going to be on a live, and not necessarily that you're going to be studying and trying to get information, but it just puts you in that mindset where it's like people might ask you questions, and you don't want to just kind of go in there and like I don't know what you're talking about, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, and especially with like current event stuff, like it had just been the State of the Union, and we talked a little bit about that. So I was like, oh gosh, I gotta stay up to date on all of these things, which I enjoy because it keeps me on my toes a little bit. Like, oh, I should watch this. I should, think about this in case somebody wants to ask me a question about it.
Yeah, and I think no one's really gonna it's not like right or wrong. Like you're saying, you want to stay on top of things and you might just give your quick, opinion on it or your first initial thoughts. And I think people like to hear that, just kind of people's initial thoughts on things that are in the headlines and whatnot. But what did you think about the size of it? So we did start off with three, and that was kind of my joke. I put my first threesome, and I want to make sure that I did get your folks' approval that I could do that. But I did tell Joe to hop in later. So we had, four people total. So what do you think of the size of the group?
I thought it was perfect. I think three or four is really a perfect number because there's a room for everybody to talk or interact, and not too many people in the live.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the first few, I mean, we did some smaller ones and we did some with a little bit more people. And it does get a little challenging, kind of letting, people have their time to answer questions and whatnot. And it's kind of hard when, you look on the camera and other people are just kind of just sitting there not interacting. So I think that's the challenge also, just keeping everyone involved. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
mean, no, go ahead.
I said I would do it again for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think if you look in the comments, there's people that are showing up just for you and Sierra, and that's pretty obvious. So me and Joel can just probably not show up anymore, and you and Sierra can take
We'll
the
take
lead on
over.
this. Yeah, and I think it might take off a little bit more, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I try to do it whenever I can, and definitely Sierra's kind of the kind of the main one who's always willing to do it, and it seems like you are too. So that's great, and yeah, we'll always have you back on. I mean, like I said, seems that your following is growing right now. I mean, I think there's people. Hopefully, you're getting a lot of followers from being on my channel and putting your content out there. But I think people love what you're doing, and I'm glad you're having fun.
Yeah, it's a good community of people like, it's been fun just messaging with people and who reach out and like getting to know them and it seems like there's just a lot of jokesters coming from your community.
Well, yeah, as you might know, I'm probably the worst one, or I'm the one that they blame for everything. But I'm the wing nut that kind of gets everyone involved. So, but I have fun. I mean, I think that's part of being in the firehouse. I mean, that's kind of just how, I've been doing it for how many years, and I've always been like that. So I think it's like you said, it's just a community and everyone gets along, and hopefully everyone's learning at the same time. There's information that they're getting that can be useful for them. And I think that's the number one thing is we all have a different skill set or background, and someone that comes checks out the channel, they can connect with someone that might be have or answer their questions that they're looking for. And like I said, you have equestrian farms and tortoise hunting, I guess, if you want to call it. But even more, I think you have even probably more, I would say, like dealing with contractor work, and like you're saying, flipping. So I think people will definitely be able to reach out to you and ask questions for that.
Yeah. I mean, I was learning a lot from everybody else in the conversation too. So I really enjoyed it because I learned a lot and like you said, everybody has different things that they're doing. And Sierra talking about, what she's doing with her side hustles of driving. I'd never even heard of that before. So I really enjoyed listening to everybody's different perspectives and what they're doing because the possibilities really are endless with real estate slash entrepreneurial things. So it's always fun to see what other people are up to.
Yeah, even crypto though. We talked a little bit about crypto, and it's just good to see everyone because it's kind of I think crypto has a very broad range of opinions on it, and it's good to see
Yeah.
different people with their thoughts on it. And I think, yeah, like we kind of touched on, is like it's not very easy to use crypto yet, and it's very challenging, and I think that's going to be the struggle with crypto, but. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was fun, and I think we did get you on camera saying that you will be attending the one rental at a time event next year in Vegas. I think
Yeah.
yeah, so you
Well,
enjoy.
Sierra and I are having a girls' night, so I can't miss that. We're
Yes,
all
and
the girls of the conference are invited to the girls'
yeah,
night.
yeah, and somebody's gonna film it, right? Someone's gonna be the camera person, I think, and just yeah. So I
Yeah.
think there's gonna be a lot of people signing up to record the girls' night out for you folks. Yeah.
Yeah. We might be able to find somebody pretty quickly.
Well, yeah, so I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad it was a good experience and that you're willing to do it again. And I'm sure we'll see you more on camera and more in the lives with us. And thanks for always doing this.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I love it.
All right. We'll talk again. Bye.
Okay. Bye.